What does a healer do? Can we get into that? Can we get into what does a healer do? Because I don't know what that is. I just know that there's a lot of people who are like, so I was talking to my healer. I want to look this up. I feel like this person is just getting paid to fucking not have a psychology degree.
Truth serum.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Truth Serum Podcast. We got Ryan and Corey.
Corey and Ryan.
And today we are here remotely. I'm in my home. He's in his home. And we are becoming robots.
Yes, we cannot leave our house. We're here to serve.
Yeah, so this is a thing I was talking about just now a second ago before we started the show. You know, sometimes we turn the mics on and we just start talking about things, and things come up. Things come up all the time.
All the time. It's
and
real
today
life.
was not different.
Nope. Not at all.
And I'm very curious. I'm going to say a lot of things, and I know we have a lot of listeners out there that, as I say these things, they're going to want to answer my questions, but they can't. But they can if they decide to reach out to me or Ryan directly.
Ooh, yeah.
Or
Please do.
But I just don't know what a healer is, right? So how can I sit around and make jokes and laugh at somebody who says, I went to see my healer and my healer told me this?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I can't laugh at you because I don't know what that is. I don't know why you have a healer. But I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and today I think is the day. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, why not, man? Like, I got nothing going on right now. You know, I could go for a little, some facts.
Okay.
Some information.
Well, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, like there are three different types of healer, but I think we should start by, I guess. So, like, when you say I need to see my healer, and you mean like the therapeutic kind, right?
Well, that's what I thought. You know, I thought like a healer, because if you think about it, like a person could be a healer or a thing could be a healer. You know what I mean? You ever wake up with a headache?
Yeah.
And you take an Advil, boom, healer.
Like, that's medicine. Yeah, you could take just meds to be a healer. But I feel like the specifics you're talking about, like, it's not really referring to so much a doctor, but like to like. I'm on Wikipedia, so I'm not taking credit. So there's I think what you're talking about is either a faith healer, someone that like is like a guru of some sort. You know, like just for more meditation, they'll do meditation to kind of like, you know, keep your brain kind of calm and centered.
I think it's very easy to. On a day-to-day basis, considering all the information that we absorb, to feel fucking just have crazy ups and downs. I think that's why healers exist, because it's well, this one, I feel like the dictionary, when you Google it, if you Google healer definition, I feel like they're being assholes, because it says a person who claims to be able to cure a disease or injury using special powers. So it's like a medium. Why did they have to write that? You're using special powers? Like, are they being like a dickhead about it? Like, oh, this person's using special powers. And while we're at it, why don't we go to fucking Hogwarts University and learn how to become wizards?
That'd be kind of cool, man. But like,
that'd be cool.
But in real life, yeah, it's like special powers. Do we have to be gentle about it? Like I know we're skeptical. Like, I feel like you have to be in it to dig it. Like, for me personally, I don't really believe in so much the supernatural, or like that sort of ability of healing of someone touching you and be like, all right, if I focus on this spot long enough, boom.
What would you be healing though? Like, because my whole thing is like, based on my interpretation of it from talking to friends who will go see a healer regularly and has a relationship with this person, they seem to just kind of do the same thing as like talking to a therapist, in which case I think that's great if you can help somebody like that. But it's still one of those things where I'm like, I just don't quite understand. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a whole world that's like just very foreign to me.
Yeah, I think it's like, I think it's psychological. Like, you know, if it, like, I see the benefits. Like, I'm not gonna like say don't do it if it helps you. You know, like if you prefer to go to let's say a tarot card reader, compared to like, let's say an actual, like, you know, a therapist that will sit down on a chair and talk to you and listen to you. You know, like it's your, whatever your preference is, or go or the religious, go to a priest or something.
Who would you pick as a healer if you needed a healer?
Therapist.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Hulk Hogan? He gives me a leg drop. He's like, oh, yeah, I got the healer for you. My fucking foot.
Or healer, you
the
run
big
directly
boot.
into
Yeah.
you run directly into his heel.
Yeah.
Chin to heel.
That could be, that's another way of defining healer.
Yeah, like they Irish whip you into the ropes, and then they run, when you're coming back, they run directly into your foot.
Yeah.
How's that for a healer, bitch? And that'll be their line. It's always some corny ass line, bitch.
I love that. All this shit.
Yeah.
What about you, man? Like, have you ever had that sort of experience of like going to, like some sort of that sort of healer, or like a therapy, or like a tarot card reader, like, or a horoscope, or whatever they're called, horoscopists.
I think they're like people that are into astrology.
Astrology, that's the word. See, I'm learning something every day. Truth serum, everybody.
I've been like at the bar and had people, like friends of ours, that do tarot cards and shit like that. Like, I've had them do it. I don't typically get into that stuff, and not because I feel like it's stupid or anything. It's just not my thing. Especially, like, it depends when I'm being approached or where I'm being approached. And maybe I'm lame because I'm just,
yeah.
I'm not. And if I don't know, like, but there was a long period of my life where I would read my horoscope every day when I was like in high school and college. Like, I got into that because I would pick up this paper. We had this like free paper that you could just grab, and I would always do like Sudoku and crossword puzzles and shit.
Nice.
And right there on the same page would be like my horoscope. I'd be like, well, fuck, I'm here.
What would
right?
What would it say? Like,
it would say like, hey man, you're gonna have a great day today, and or beware of anybody who acts like they think they're clapping for you and really they're hating on you behind your back. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like, or it would be like, hey, keep your head up. There's bright things in the future. It's like, was the person who's writing this like just like, fuck it today? Like, I'm just gonna put something positive because everything else has been too much of a riddle. Yeah. Like, I'm writing riddles every day for you to try to figure out. Because I think if those horoscope astrology people are fake, I think it's kind of a cool job to be that clever to write something so vague every single day that masses of people are going to interpret however they decide. Like, if you're in a bad mood, a good message could sound like a negative thing.
Yeah.
And if you're in a good mood, a positive message is just going to make you walk around smiling ear to ear, you know?
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how if like you talk to like an astrologist of sort that writes those columns, like, where's it come from? Like, are they basing their stuff on like some sort of not factual, like, you know, like that's a weird thing to say when it's like very, when you say something spiritual, it's not like, you know, we could define it and put it like in.
Well,
like,
I think the
evidence, existing. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's the foundation of it is faith. It's just like having faith that this person is true. Like, just being honest. Like, if you have like blind faith, which is really what you should just have if you have faith, I think it's like, you know, there's people that can really capitalize on that. And I'm not saying those people are bad. I'm just saying that you can like do really well if people already have decided that they're gonna take what you say as your word and just like live like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, it's like how religion happens. It's like, there's people like fucking just like, even with coincidences, like you could read a good horoscope in the morning, have a good day, and then think, well, I'm definitely reading it tomorrow because my horoscope was right, because you'll just start associating these events of your day with what you read that in the morning.
I feel like they give you meaning, in other words, right? Like that for whoever reads them.
I think if you're using that for good, I think that's great
Yeah.
because it's difficult every day to fucking go through the ups and downs.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's nice to just have hope. I feel like the anything that's like providing like people with some kind of hope, which typically I think leads to people not losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
Like, no one's really happy if they're just like thinking negative all the time or just hating on things all the time. You know, it's not good. You know, mentally.
I mean, those guys are more accurate than weathermen. You ever see a weatherman every day tell you that it's going to be sunny and it rains for fucking 2 weeks straight?
Yeah, and we just get so pissed at him. What the fuck?
It's like, but why are we still listening to him? I could become a fucking meteorologist. You know, you put on a suit and you stand in front of a green screen and you point at wherever they tell you and you go, look at this cold front coming from over here.
I'm sure you could pull it off, but that does take a little schooling, man, and like, you know, practice.
Nah, man, it's all fake.
Yo,
it's all fake.
Dude, have you ever seen the video of Prince Charles trying to do the weather?
No, I did not.
It's hilarious. This man doesn't know anything about it. It's funny. He's like, oh yeah, they showed a newscast of him. He's like, oh yeah, his dreams was always to be a weatherman, and you see him do it, and he just doesn't always know. He's like, well, this area, this bloody thing doesn't work anyways. Like he says shit like that. It's like, it's a
wow.
Well, you know, like not everyone has the talent, but with practice you get good at it. But it's just funny. He just gave up halfway through.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'm over here talking shit, but a real weatherman would be like, "Oh yeah," and then like I would try to do that job, and I would fucking suck at it, and be like, and I would learn my lesson, quote unquote, and be like, "Oh, I guess it is a difficult job."
Yeah, it is
to sit here and lie to people about what kind of day they're gonna have.
But man, hey,
what is you ever met an astrologist in real life though, like someone who writes horoscopes? Like what's their uniform that they wear to work? Do they dress up like a wizard?
I think they dress like everyone else, unless they're like, you know, like what do you call it? I hate think like a guru or some shit, robe and a long ass beard,
like a gyro.
A gyro, yes. Gyro,
like a gyro. I love a good gyro.
Yeah, I like gyros. Lamb's delicious. Lamb's good.
Lamb chop, play along. Yeah, it's very good.
But dude, I was like reading through some more of this, and like, there's this also folk healers.
A folk healer.
So a folk healer is an unlicensed person who practices the art of healing with herbal remedies and the power of suggestion. So on this list,
the power of suggestion. Hey, you know what you should do?
Yeah. Are they like a mentalist or like or what do you call it? Hypnotist? Does that count as a fucking folk healer?
How do you feel about hypnotism? I think that does count as a folk healer. But when you say the word hypnotism, it just makes me think like, yo, hypnotism works to fix a lot of shit too.
Hypnotism? Yeah.
At least I've heard.
I'm just fascinated by the gimmick of it. I'm not saying it's entirely a gimmick. The power of suggestion takes a lot of work to kind of get someone in that mindset. You have to let yourself loose and be part of it. Like, it's just fun to watch. I like watching.
It is fun to watch.
I like watching hypnotists. I remember during 8th grade, it was like after graduation, they had this like party for all of us, and they invited a hypnotist like during this like late night hangout we're all doing, and for the show they made this kid like fucking run around, yell mommy, then like snaps a finger to like nothing ever happened. I wonder, like, that's got to be somewhat real.
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't know. I want to be hypnotized for that sake, but you have to want to be hypnotized, I feel. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm fascinated. But magic, go to hell.
You don't like magic?
I don't like magic.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard you say that. I love magic.
I know. I just like to say, I'm just being a dick. There's a character I'm developing. A person who hates magic actually loves magic.
That's actually really funny. Magic's hard not to, like... Magic's hard not to enjoy. Like, if you don't enjoy magic... I need to talk to you. I need to ask you what it is about magic that you don't like.
Like, I like magic. The things that I don't like about, like, is, like, bar magic. Is what I don't like.
Oh, bar magic is great.
It's great, yeah, but, like, you know, like, when you see these guys, like, this is the skill they come in. They come in, like, you know, doing this stuff, like, just to get laid. This is the only reason to know magic is to get laid.
That's not true.
It is. It is. Don't like
what,
it.
at the bar?
It's
at the
party,
bar, maybe.
Yeah, it's party tricks. Like, you're going around, but, like, when you're doing that at the bar, you're just gonna get...
At the bar, like,
when I see someone bust it out, I'm like...
Dude pulls a rabbit out of his hat at the bar. Dude pulls a rabbit out of his hat at the bar, takes a shot with the rabbit, and then makes the rabbit disappear.
That'd be amazing. I would love to see that. If they do that. Like, you know... Like, card tricks. Sleight of hand is... Like, I think maybe the reason I don't like it because I'm envious because I want to do that.
You still have time.
I probably
you
could
have time right now. You could work on doing magic.
Yeah, it would be like from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like just because I'm like barricaded in, and I have all this time to learn magic.
Yeah, you just become a magician now that you're home. Guy starts sawing someone in half at the bar. Like, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I tested on my roommate. Oh, turns out I just accidentally murdered him.
I just accidentally murdered someone by practicing a magic trick. Yeah. I wonder if that's ever happened in real life. That's sad. That's fucking sad.
All right, but there's some like other things on this list here. So what also counts as folk magic, as a folk healer, granny women.
Granny women?
From in southern Appalachia, the Appalachia and the Ozarks.
Wait a minute. So you could be an old woman that doesn't have children, and you're not a fucking healer, but you could just be an old woman that has grandchildren, and now you're magically a healer.
I guess because the idea of like being like experiencing an older woman, like and of like, you know, I guess at the time they used a lot of herbs and homegrown stuff and like be able to mix shit together and.
Yeah, that's really interesting how they look at that, like, the way they look at, like, old people who, like, old women who have children. Like, and you're like this powerful figure, you're a grandma, you're a fucking, like, grandmas are, like, super power, like, you know what I mean? But if you're, like, this older woman who decided she didn't want to have children, totally her choice.
Yeah.
You know, they might think you're, like, a witch or some shit. Like... And it used to be so crazy back in the fucking olden times.
That's actually on the list as well.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that. They call it like a healing. Another folk healing is a white witch.
Not a black witch?
Not a black witch.
No.
Well, they do. Yeah, they also practice black magic. This is just like.
I don't fuck with that shit, man. I don't fuck with it at all.
Old school stuff, man. Like, just, like, not old school, but, like, you know, just that sort of world.
Bro, even when it comes to, like, the horror genre, like, witches to me are the most scary thing.
Well, I think that witches are, like, depicted that way. Like, a lot of people that practice, like, that sort of, like, what's it called? Wiccan? Am I right? Oh, I know a good person we could bring on about that.
Sorry, I took a big sip of coffee just now.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not scary to me, like, in a way, like, where it's, like, it's ignorant. It's just, like, it just seems so fucking, like, just based on the depiction of it in, like, the actual horror movies. Like, the witches are, like, always the scary ones. And someone did something wrong to them, and now they want to get revenge, and they're fucking, like, they're burning everything in their path down, you know?
Why is there ever, like, a depiction in, like, a horror movie where, like, they just are what they are? They don't, like... I'm just a witch. That's why I didn't have anything happen to me. I just like being a witch. Or, like, you know, I'm a vampire, dude. I love sucking. You know,
like a cool...
vampire.
But, like, if it's, like, a cool witch, she's just sitting in her house, like... She's got a cauldron. She can do magic and shit, but she's, like, retired.
Yeah.
Like, she, like, sits on her broom and fucking just floats around the front yard right while she's reading a book.
Yeah.
You know? And she, like, makes potions and shit. That could be cool.
I'm just a witch. But, you know, like, as movies and storytelling, you need a conflict, motivation for a character to become who they are.
Yeah, also, if you want to make something scary, make it like... it's funny, like, the trends that happen, too, right? Like, slasher films, right? They're just huge, and it's just some dude in a mask just fucking... He's in your house, and all the power goes out.
Watching before you guys fuck to kill you.
And he's, like, watching you fuck. And he's... watching you take a shower, and you close the door, and you see him standing behind you in the mirror, like all that classic shit.
Are you a virgin? Yes. Yeah. Well, all right, I'll leave you later. I'll come back for you.
No matter how fast you run, he always catches you, even if he's not running.
Yeah.
And then you see, like, back for a while, it was like ghost stories of like dead little children haunting you and shit. And then it's like, all right. Then it just became like all these witches. And I honestly think it's really scary when it's like some fucking like creepy old woman or a creepy old man. You can make an old person be really fucking scary in these movies.
Yeah. Like, I haven't seen... I'm trying to remember, like what's a decent horror movie that I've seen that, like, oh, I'm fearful of witches. Like,
bro, The Conjuring, bro. Have you seen The Conjuring?
No, but I saw The Craft.
The Craft is a fucking joke compared to The Conjuring.
No, Fruza Balk all the way.
Yeah, if you want to be actually scared, watch the fucking Conjuring.
The Conjuring? Yeah, I'll check it out.
But it's it's not about witches, but that whole series, there is obviously a situation where, they play with a lot of the classic shit.
That's so, like, folky,
like
yeah.
exorcism type shit. Demons, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I used to like that sort of horror. It's kind of hard for me to get into nowadays.
Oh, you're over it?
I'm a little bit over it. Like,
fuck it, it's fine.
No, I'm not hating on it. Like, I'll definitely like to see The Conjuring.
Would you ever become a healer?
A healer? Yeah. I am looking to physical therapy.
Oh, that's a way to heal. I'm a healer in a way.
Yeah, you are. You're a personal trainer, man. As a form of feeling. Like, you have... well, you could talk for yourself. I'm just about to say over.
I heal you for being a little bitch.
Yeah. Why don't you give me the 50 push-ups, bitch?
Bitch. Oh, bitch. It was just...
Yeah, man. Like,
including myself. I'm a little bitch too sometimes.
Like, is there anything that you're kind of curious in trying out of the things we're talking about? Like, would you be interested in doing, like, what do you call it? The Chinese where they stick the needles in you?
Oh, like acupuncture?
Yeah.
It's one of those things I'm not like, I gotta go do acupuncture, but it is a thing that, like, if my wife was like, hey, why don't we try acupuncture? I'd be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I would do it with her. I wouldn't just go and do it unless she said one day that she wanted to do it, and then I would set it up.
Would you
we could both do it?
Would you want to, or you're just like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm with you.
I think if she was excited about it, I would get excited about it. Yeah. But also, I would, you know what I mean?
Like, you don't have a fear of needles or anything like that because you, like, of course, you got tattoos and.
Yeah, but that's different too. Like, I don't like needles. I'm not a fan of them. Like, and I always watch them as they stick it in my arm. But I don't like I hate getting needles. I don't like the way it feels. It feels fucking. It's just I don't like the way it feels. It's not pleasant.
Oh, it's not. So I'm just like, when I got my tattoo, like the first I ever had one, I was like, oh Jesus Christ, what is this? Hurts. Yeah. And then, like, I got comfortable because I got numb and was like, all right, nearly fell asleep.
Yeah, after a while you just kind of acclimate to the feeling, but it's still not good. Like, I know friends that I've spoken to recently that were like, I'm gonna go get my first tattoo, and I'm like, and people ask me, obviously, because I have quite a few, and I'm just like, they're like, does this spot hurt? And for me, I think they all fucking hurt.
Yeah, you know,
they hurt everywhere you put them. It's just like, how much can you tolerate that? And how much do you not give a shit about pain? Because I don't even think, like, tolerance is one thing, but also you could be in severe pain and not really it not really bother you as much as other people,
Yeah.
or bother you more.
Like I don't want to ever be in pain. Like I do want to train. Like I've been training in boxing, and I do want that experience because I want to learn how to be. I want to protect myself, so I don't mind getting hit in the face or in the stomach at least once or twice, like in a while.
But only once or twice.
Yeah, I don't want to be like constantly unless I'm in real danger.
Yeah, and the key is maybe you don't get hit like Floyd Mayweather. Maybe you just do all the hitting.
Well, what do you think about like freaking Mike Tyson coming back? I'm freaking psyched. I hope he's gonna kick ass. I feel.
I really hope he does. I hope he does. I love Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
I really hope that he kicks ass. I'd love to see him. I think it's exciting. It's a little scary too. I mean, he's obviously a lot older now, but
yeah, but he looks
he
young.
looks fantastic.
Yeah, he looks like he's still got a young man's body, and like that, like he's fast, and like I'm watching.
He's powerful.
Yeah, I'm watching the other boxers. I know, like Holyfield's like trying to get back into it, but he just looks like he's not holding up as much as like Mike. And then like compared, like a Mike, like I know him.
Mike Tyson. Michael Tyson.
Michael Tyson of Tyson's Chicken. And I forget the other boxer who's a bit older too that wants to go against him. Like I feel like, what are they all? They're all
Bernard Hopkins.
Is it Bernard Hopkins that wants to?
I don't think
I haven't heard that name in years. Jesus
Bernard
Christ,
Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah, when was the last time you heard that?
I don't know, man.
Look at it. Look at it.
I
That's when you. That was the whole idea. Whenever you moon someone, somebody would walk around the corner, you'd be standing there with your ass out. Look at it.
And then you yell Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins.
Check out my Bernard Hopkins.
Did you ever throw an egg at somebody?
Maybe once or twice, like a long time ago.
An egg is like a brilliant like assault weapon for a prank for you, like your friends, because unlike a water balloon, unless you fill the water balloon with something. I remember one time me and my boys we filled water balloons with soda, and soda gets all sticky and shit.
Yeah.
But an egg is almost like just the consistency of egg yolk just getting all over you, and then you smell bad. So whoever invented eggs, good on you.
Who invented it? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know.
That's a hard one, right? Probably the chicken, I'm going to assume.
The cell. The thing.
I'm going to assume the chicken.
Then who made the chicken?
Well, no, because this is the thing, right? The chicken, there was an egg, right? And then the chicken was born. I don't fucking know.
See, that's the point of that thing. It's roundabout. There's no.
What came from
answer.
where? It's the question.
It's like trying to question the existence of human beings. Like
it's almost like exactly.
Did we evolve from apes? This is a topic for another Trooth Serum for another day, but we could get into it if we want to.
I don't have the time to sit down and really try to contemplate this shit because it's like we've been arguing about this shit since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
I want to just enjoy that I'm here and not keep going, well, why am I here? Why am I here?
Yeah.
It depends on certain things. Like, I'd like to know why certain things are here, why we do certain things. But, like, I'm just like, I've been here and this is cool. Nobody really knows why.
Yeah. Well, it's up to you if you really, really want to know. Like, people are fascinated by, the history and, like, where we all come from. Like, if that fascinates you, go for it. I'm curious. If someone finds a definite answer, I'd like to know. But yeah, I don't want to think things every day. But sorry, go on.
Well, I think in the Bible they say that God created everything, right? But then in science, that's like, you guys are stupid. That's not. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, like they have like measurements and like ways of putting this idea together rather than it like being just word of mouth.
I've never seen an argument last longer.
What, between religion and science?
Religion and science.
It's never going to end.
It's the longest argument I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just agree to disagree, I guess.
Yeah, they're both systems of like belief and ideals. Like it's a how to process things. It's just different order. Like in deep truth, I think we're gonna go deep in this where it's everything is subjective and objective, and like in the end, nothing. All this stuff was all created by man. Like this is all an invention by our as human beings. This should never exist. If this never existed, it would be like just like an animal walking the street.
Well, I had a conversation about that yesterday with Julian, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Julian from the No Mouth Guard podcast. I was talking to him, and he was like, yo, did we... I mean, he gets a little crazy with conspiracies and shit like that, but, he's like, do we forget, like, how... like, about our instincts? Like, how would we behave in certain situations if we didn't have all the technology? It's hard to think about that. All the technology that we've built and that we have today and all the shit we discovered. Because truth is, we don't need to really think about that. But what if some crazy catastrophic shit happened?
Yeah.
And, then you got to start from, like, you got to use, like, primitive shit to survive.
Yeah. Like, it's start camping, like, I guess start foraging.
And then you'll start looking at those healers like, oh, man, you're like a doctor now.
Like, there's a lot of, like, those science fiction dystopian societies where, like, apocalyptic times, what things would be like. It's off. It's interesting. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like if we were in that situation, I think we as people, like, as we were raised, we learned to survive. No matter what, the human race will find a way to survive.
Well, actually, absolutely.
And we'll adapt. We'll get out. Get some fucking wood. Create a fire. That's what I think about lately too. It's like I want to learn certain skills now. Like I don't want to be reliant on technology to, dictate or make up everything I do. I want to be able
learn
to
how to
make
weapons.
Yeah, make weapons. Yeah, I want to be like more dependent. Like I want to be independent. Like, be able to change my own fucking oil or like, if I could, I'll build something myself with, like, tools.
Make furniture.
Yeah.
Chop down a tree and turn it into a living room.
Exactly. Learn magic so I can press them in at bars. Like, all that stuff.
Now's the time. It's just such a time of uncertainty. It's what's really weird to me? It's like, there's this weird... it's like a light switch almost that goes from, oh my God, this is weird, this is a crazy time, to now this crazy time is becoming more and more normal to me. It's like...
Yeah. That this is the new norm. It is. Everything...
Yeah.
Everything's just evolving. Everything changes, man. Time to time. All the time.
Always. Ways. Yeah, man, but I know, so I never thought about becoming a healer, but if I did,
like,
where would I become a healer? I'd become a healer somewhere where there's a lot of young people, a lot of people that like to do yoga,
So you'd be like more of a physical healer in a way.
Yeah, like a lot of people that like have a dream catcher on their wall.
Yeah, my mom gave me one of those when I was a kid.
I had one when I was a kid.
I used to have nightmares, and that actually did kind of help. Whether it's a mental case, it'd be like, all right, you have to believe it works to make it work,
A dream catcher is like it's like fly tape, but way less effective.
Yeah, that's not meant for anything.
You ever see somebody just got fucking fly tape hanging down? It's just got like a bunch of dead flies on it. It's like, yo, are you gonna throw that away, or are you just gonna fucking leave that there?
I know. It's like been there for like 5 years, and it's like, why don't you throw that fucking thing out?
It's so gross.
Change the tape.
Yeah, like put another one up, and they're cheap as shit. Just put another one up.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't have to come here and see dead flies just fucking. They just died trying to get out of this trap you set.
That's gross.
It is gross. It's like leaving a dead rat on a glue trap right in the middle of the living room. That's gross.
It's like when I think of healer, I'm thinking about like RPG games.
Oh, I saw that on Urban Dictionary. So before you continue, I'm going to tell you exactly what I just saw because I thought of you.
Ooh. Oh, bitch.
It says, in RPGs, these players are the most vital and therefore the least likely to be experienced. Hi-oh!
Yeah, they are. No,
what does that mean? That means that they're a virgin?
Not all LARPers are virgins. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I've always been curious about that world of role playing. Like, I started playing D&D with a couple of buds, and like I kind of know, and I know the kind of like our RPGs works where like you have certain classes being a healer, someone that could, like, you know, if you lose HP, you'll be able to throw you some spells or potions to bring you back to health. You know.
Yeah.
You're like, nerd.
No, I mean, I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So it's just a person who, like, they can't fight, but they can put a Band-Aid on you if you get a cut. Yeah, and
they're good support in a way. Like, they'll back you if, like, you know, if you're a warrior, you're running out there getting hits all over yourself. Like, you can't. It's nice to have someone be able to fix you, get back in the field.
Yeah,
man. Like, would you ever do something like that? Like, you know,
what, be a healer?
Like, I mean, like, play those games and be like, hey, yeah,
I'm gonna decide that I want to be the healer.
Or yeah, it could be a healer or whatever you want in that situation. I mean, like, just playing an RPG in general. Do you ever see
like Rayman?
Like Rayman, like with the headless, just the bobbing head over that little circular body, Rayman?
Yeah, he's got the head, the body, the hands, and the feet, but he's got no arms and legs.
That's more of a
or a neck.
That's more of a platformer, and that thing's weird looking, but it's a fun game.
Rayman was fun, man.
Yeah. I know. I'm talking about an actual RPG, dude. Like, yeah, like.
Oh, like Final Fantasy?
Yeah, Final Fantasy, or like the LARPing, like where they go on the streets, or not the streets, the woods, and like make teams and.
I feel like I'd probably be into it for like a day. I feel like I probably would be into it for like a day. You know, I pick stuff up and I pick things up and put them down. I've picked up game, like, you know, a game I actually liked. I really liked Red Dead Redemption. That's
a good game, man.
I like that. I liked Bully. Did you ever play Bully?
I played Bully.
Bully was fun.
I have a story about that game.
Yeah?
Like, I would play that, like, in college, like, late. I used to play video games late into the evening, and I had my room, which, like, is right next to my roommate's room. And the walls are so thin that he would hear me playing the game. You know that beat when you're in the open world? It's like, do-do-do-do.
Oh, yeah?
Repeat for hours until, like, 2 a.m.
Oh, my God.
He comes knocking at my door. It's like, Brian, can you shut that fucking game off or turn off the sound? Like, no.
I think that's one of those things where it's like, I guess that's the case with RPGs. You'll start playing.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry. You'll start playing, and you'll be like, you'll start playing at like 7 p.m., and then you look at the time again, and it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it can do that to you. Like, just if you get, like, suckered into it, and, like, I need to do all this stuff. But
I used to, like, what?
Oh, I was gonna say that. I was going to do another thing, but go on.
No, when I used to play Red Dead Redemption, I would, like, get myself a case of beer, come home, and I'd be by myself playing this game and I would drink as many beers until I started being really fucking bad at the game, and then I would just turn the game off and fall asleep.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Like, well, to get back to what was it about that game that made you so interested in it? Like, is it the
Cowboys? You know, it was like kind of almost like making your own movie in a way to me.
So, like, is it the idea, like, so you're making your own movie? It's like, do you feel yourself connected to the character where you're like, all right, I can imagine myself as John Marsden right now?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of put yourself in that position, right? You kind of almost have to. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, I feel like if I'm gonna play this character, then I'm gonna be this dude. Like I'm gonna be like, Bert. Like if I'm in a gunfight as a cowboy, I'm gonna be like, "You motherfuckers!" I'll go fucking Tony Montana on them.
I got the revolver for each one of you. Now that game is fun as hell, man. So, yeah, it's a really good cowboy sim. At least that sort of gunslinger simulator.
That's how the Cowboys used to really do it. It's historically accurate.
This game is historically accurate. Red Dead Redemption, part of history, folks. Don't pick up your books. Watch that game.
If I was like a person who designed video game, I would put that on the fucking thing. I would put that on the cover. Historically accurate. With like a gold little stamp.
It's like the Nintendo approves or some shit.
Yeah, does like the historical society have to approve that? Like, can you go to court for that? You can go to court for anything, right?
I feel like that's going to be the future in some way. Like that we're able. I feel like in video games, eventually we're going to be able to see like history. Like I think that's going to be a new form because like we're so immersed in technology that I think we'd be able to go into a virtual world and kind of watch that sort of simulation of like what's going on.
You think so? Like Black Mirror?
Like Black Mirror, yeah. We're getting there, man. they're using virtual reality video game technology for television sets, like for The Mandalorian. Instead of green screen, they have like a whole thing they can display in the background, like it exists. They could render a 3D world around you. It's amazing.
What about like, God, what was that? The Mandalorian.
What about Baby Yoda? Not CG.
Baby Yoda is a real person.
It's a real person. They exist. They genetically modified an animal into. They spliced a human and a frog, and they got it.
But frogs don't have ears like that. Oh, but humans do.
All lies. All lies, I just said.
Is it true that that's not actually Yoda? That's not Yoda, right? Or is it?
No, it's not Yoda. It's a species of it.
So it's like one of his relatives. Well, what happened to the rest of his people?
I don't know. That's a mystery. It's an ancient race. Nobody knows.
Wow. So they respect Yoda so much.
Yeah. It's a trained they have special ability connection to the Force. They're like strong with it. That race.
Oh, that's why they're like, they're like a little healer.
Yeah, they're so adorable. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, when he
Yoda's a healer.
Brought it fucking back.
Holy shit! I don't know how we found that, but we did.
All right, yeah, you want to?
Yeah. Well, everybody, now that we found it, I hope you can go somewhere and find yourself, if you know what I mean. Thank you for listening each week. I hope you had some valuable information. And if you want to teach us a little bit more about healers and how that actually works, we are genuinely interested to know. You can hit me up on Instagram at Corey Easley _ CoreyEasley _ I had to pause for a second because I almost felt like I was about to spell my name incorrectly. But thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Ryan?
Yep. Also, we're going to revamp our Patreon page. If you love to, help us out during these times, we love to bring you more content, evolve the show. So go on patreon.com/Truth Serum, or you can find us on Twitter at Truth Serum, right?
The Truth Serum.
The Truth Serum, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the name. No one else had it, so we got lucky.
Yeah, check out Corey has a podcast too. It's
check that out.
Episode 6.
Yeah, buddy, I'm teaching you how to be romantic.
Yeah, dude, it's great. He's fantastic. All right,
woo, woo.
All right, I'm gonna like ice my leg or something. I feel sore. I need a healer.
Oh yeah, heal me.
Heal me. Casting healing.
All right, hold on. Here we go. I can't start if you're gonna keep laughing.
Sorry, you're making me think about this. Go on. Sorry.
No, I mean, I'm gonna look this shit up the second we start.
I know. Just don't look at me right now.
And it's gonna start now. You know those shows that never start?